Nine Bodies in a Mexican Morgue. Love the title. When I first heard it, I thought it might have a Robert Rodriguez vibe to it, but it's actually a mystery. It's Agatha Christie on a plane, or a crash plane in this case. It's not linear storytelling. You will see flashbacks. It begins in the present where we have what looks like a Mexican military, and they have these dead bodies in their morgue. And then we flash back to the plane to see what actually happened. In the first episode, we see the plane crash and we learn about the survivors. The star of Will and Grace plays Kevin, who is the main character, and then there's Zach, who at least early on looks to be rather prominent. And if you're a sci-fi fan like me, you might recall Eric McCormick was in Travelers and David Ajala was in Star Trek Discovery. But now they are the Jack and John Locke of the group, conflicting with one another, and they kind of have a leadership role, but their personalities are different from those on Lost. Kevin is an ex-doctor who, for unknown reasons, doesn't want anyone to know he was a doctor, while Zach works for an insurance company. Now let's talk about the plane. There are 10 people on the flight: the pilot, the stewardess, and 8 passengers. The plane was flying from Guatemala to Texas, where it crashed somewhere in the Mexican jungle, and that creates a creepy crawly setting. We see snakes slithering about, mosquitoes are constantly attacking them. One of the passengers mentioned spiders, and at night we hear insect noises. The characters look hot and very uncomfortable. So the setting is definitely going to be part of the story, because at some point they are going to have to move away from the plane, go to higher ground, and try to get their cell phones to work. They can't just sit around and wait for help, hoping somebody knows where they are. They're going to have to go into survival mode looking for food and water because they already are one person down. You see, one of them already dies on impact, and another is injured. So as they're sitting around waiting to figure out what to do, we learn about the survivors. They talk about each other. They say who they are, they say their names, what they do, though some of them are more open than others. We have a married couple, newlyweds, a traveler, and a wrestler on his way to a tournament. But the truth is, we really don't know their stories. We know Kevin was a doctor because we see him in action. The pilot is obvious. He's the one flying the plane. What we have is that the wrestler has something important in his suitcase that he's hiding, and the husband Travis takes medication, which is running low. But other than that, we can't be sure who any of these people are, so we have to see them as unreliable witnesses to their own stories. That adds to the mystery because we really don't know who they are and why they were on the plane, and therefore, near the end of this episode, when one of them is murdered, and we don't know who killed them or why, but we are now down from 10 at the start to 8 people now alive. And the flashbacks add suspense because we are given information that makes us even more curious. Because at the end, we move forward and learn that they found 9 dead bodies, which is the title. 9 dead bodies in a Mexican morgue. But there were 10 people on the plane. So if there's 10 people, why did they find only 9 bodies? Did the 10th person die and their body not get recovered yet? Is the 10th still out there? Did the 10th kill the others? Is there a mystery person or persons who tracked the plane and took them all out? Maybe they were responsible for it crashing in the first place. Or did the passengers all go crazy and start killing each other? These answers will come soon enough because it's a short series, 6 episodes, which moves at a pretty good pace. But I don't see it going beyond this season unless next season has a totally different story. Maybe some other event happens in Mexico or in another location, but for right now, I'm enjoying this show. It hooked me. Thank you for watching.